Hi y'all. This is the crumbling concrete, and this is just a dying place, which is a good tribute to the dead officers of this city who have had one from.
Put all the concrete out here. Do you think you could put a little more green space out here that wouldn't have to keep pouring concrete?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's definitely large size.
Put a huge planter right there.
Let's not forget that.
Are you both going in?
Actually, so I can sort of from the inside last year. Oh, it's really. Yeah, I have,
I can't, have this person go stuff my stuff all the time. Can we help you? Can we help you guys?
We're with him.
Sorry. I'm just here. Alex, keep this wallet itself.
Yeah. Any more business?
Yep. Which one?
Please.
Huh? These are all together, right? Yeah. Are you a too?
yeah. I'm a public business man.
You can hold this. Ready? Thank you.
All right. I got 50 in here. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay. This isn't court. This is the police station.
Police Administration Building here in Denver, Colorado.
It's on my picture, like you said.
I'm here with Ghost Rider.
Hello.
I'm here with the famous Michael Whitney. And this is Brian Loma with Cut the Plastic.
There is no signal in here.
Really?
I have signal.
I went dead.
I'm good.
Okay, I'm recording, so I'm good.
I'm good.
I provided my ID. He said he had to make a copy of it. And I gave him the copy of the summons that I was given by my lawyer. And so I just need to sign for it.
Would you like to tell the people online what you're here for?
I'm here. I received a summons for the public defender incident the other day where they're thank you, sir. Where they're continuing. Oh yeah.
What does this have to do with me right now? This person's been bothering me for years.
So you just communicate by phone here, but he's dialing out to let people know that I'm here. I did call and talk to Detective Marshall. He's the detective that sought the warrant. The judge issued a call-in summons. So it says summons, process, and release.
Summons, process, and release.
Right. So that's what that says right here.
That just means
So that says
that
that right here.
you're going to receive a summons, you get to do some paperwork, and
That's
released,
right.
and you get to spend the night at home.
That's
so-
the way it's supposed to work.
Yes, that's the
So-
way it's supposed to work.
We've done all of the appropriate, gotten all the appropriate documents.
So,
Oh. Yes. You say again? Okay, thank you. Can I have my paperwork back? Oh, great. Hey, thank you. Appreciate it. So here's what the paperwork says. He said he has to go upstairs and get the warrant.
yeah.
So it says right here,
Hey, Alfie, good to see you in here.
Hey, El Jefe.
Did you know he got detained and put in handcuffs and stuffed in the back of a car this morning?
For what?
For videoing
What's
outside
wrong
of the
with
police
these people
station.
continuing to bring guns to a word fight?
Outside of a police station. Yeah, they wanted his ID.
So then here the summons here, which here's a copy.
They want to know why the summons.
Yeah, if you want, you can zoom in on that if you want. I've got 2 copies here. It says that Eric enters the location and began yelling, causing a disturbance, and calls the victim a, quote, stupid bitch. The victim stated that she felt threatened by the defendant's actions and called security. Defendant was positively identified by Vic's prior interactions. Detective Marshall watched the incident on YouTube and observed the defendant. What the hell does that say? Defendant's actions
Hello, Ms.
were
Coco.
unprovoked. Oh, it says it was unprovoked. It was
Unprovoked.
absolutely provoked.
Okay.
It was absolutely provoked by their continued lawlessness. Loud and disruptive yelling, profane, and caused
I'm here because I want to show
Disturbance?
the officer the picture.
Yelling?
the peace to be disturbed.
Oh, okay.
So remember that peace is to violence as quiet is to loud.
Yes.
Right? So you can disturb the quiet by being loud.
Yes.
But in order to disturb the peace, you must actually require an act of violence. And so look at the cases would be
Why is it that I have
Denver, Ware versus Denver, I think.
No.
And also People versus Flores. Might be Flores versus Denver. Anyway, Ware and Flores are actually 2 Denver cases that establish the necessity that it be
For the
a
law.
calculated
Yes.
motion to breach the peace.
Right.
So I'm not going to dispute that I yelled at her. Right? I've sued these people.
Right.
We've been doing this for 4 years. They are denying people their rights. And take a look here. We have pictures right here. This is what's on the door of the public defender's office. And it
Yes.
says to provide proof of income, blah, 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 of any other government assistance. But when you read page 2 of the form, it expressly excludes those. Furthermore, you'll remember that this was the day that we were there. That not only did they provide a form that was 4 times revised, so it was a 2006 form.
Right.
Right. The most recent revision was 2015. But in addition to that, they literally chicken scratched off the page number at the bottom of the form to bamboozle
And
the public
photocopied
into
more
thinking-
copies of
that's
it
right,
instead
into
of
thinking
putting
that there
out the
wasn't
new
a page
form.
2.
Right.
And page 2 expressly states the opposite of that.
Yes.
So Denver clearly wants to violate people's rights. I see more and more cops building up here.
Yes, they are standing out here.
Yeah.
There's many officers
There are.
out here. At least they're in a cage at this point.
They do look nice in a cage, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
They look
definitely
good. They look
better in
good
a
behind
cage.
bars.
Right, and the thing is that cages and bulletproof glass, these provide protection. These provide barriers to prevent violent responses, right?
So they can't shoot us.
Yeah.
That's right.
You can't disturb the peace through a bulletproof glass, right? It's just not possible. No reasonable person could be compelled to believe that they're going to come out of the glass and kill me, right? They'll go under it, maybe. They'll come around and shoot me through the gate there. But the bulletproof glass is, by its very expensive function, designed to prevent a breach of the peace. So no person could calculate to breach the peace
Right.
from the other side of a bulletproof glass.
Yeah.
Not with words, anyway.
Right.
All right? Yeah, so that's their case. Very well established. I did call and talk to the detective.
Did this stem from going into the public defender's room from before?
Yeah.
Oh.
Into their office.
Their
area.
little alcove
Yeah.
of an office?
You know, where she was sitting behind the glass and they asked her if she was okay. She says, yeah, I'm okay. But she felt very threatened, but she's okay.
Yeah.
So which one is it going to be?
Yeah.
Okay or threatened?
Yeah.
So Alice Norman is the lead public defender for the city and county of Denver. That fucking bitch cunt has lied in court before and convicted me. When I first broached this subject with her, she charged me with disturbing the peace and breaking the property and trespass. And the jury convicted me on trespass.
Yeah.
Was the only one.
Trespass? But you had to have committed a
Well,
crime.
because she
or
said that I
what?
went flying down the hallway, throwing things to the ground and trying to knock over and grab any object that I could to hit her with. And actually, I was decidedly seated the entire time. So I think that when a public defender lies in court, that you should never trust them or their office. There's a reason why I never get the public defender in Denver. They always hire a private attorney to represent me, right?
Right.
Because of this Alice Norman thing. So Alice Norman, you're about to find out what stink on shit really smells like. Because what you just did was you necessarily put into the criminal record, the criminal public court record, the evidence of your crimes and your forgeries and your frauds to the public. You
Yes.
couldn't have made my case any easier.
Pretty much.
So,
Since it was all recorded,
oh yeah, yeah.
they definitely have an
Oh.
issue there.
Yes, sir. Oh.
I understand that they're
Hello.
like both of us are saying,
Okay.
but I have pictures that I showed you guys.
617.
Might be able to go on
Okay.
my Wi-Fi.
That sounds like it's, if there's a conflict with that, I'll let the court know right away. Yeah.
Because he wants to look like a victim.
Right. Do I need to sign anything for you?
Messages were straight to
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
because I have that on
Bye. Alrighty, so there we have it. We're not out of the woods yet because we still have to get out of the building. And you,
That's your summons right there?
This is
And
my
that's
summons right
it?
here. Yeah,
Okay.
and it's basically the same thing as was
Was in there.
basically this part up here, right?
Right.
So, and they have checked and boxed 38-89, disturbing the peace. That would be Denver Revised Municipal Code.
Right.
And they've set me a court date of 6/17/19.
Okay.
So
So,
I have the heebie-jeebies around these people, so I'm gonna leave. Anybody object to me leaving? I know they don't object to me leaving.
he's got a smile on his face.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Mr.
he doesn't
Tran.
object.
Yeah, no objections there.
No objections.
Okay. By the way, if you guys don't know what this book is, this is the Colorado DUI bench book.
stop that because he came
And when you take a look at the names in here,
he goes to the public and says, hey,
a lot of these judges, this is written by judges for judges.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive book. Patrick Furman, the sheriff, actually is one of the authors of this book. And this is all about, this is great case law and references, but it's more than just DUIs. You talk about witnesses, impeachment of witnesses, what a weapon search is, lots about warrants and searches.
Right.
Right, because if you think of anything that would be a search and seizure question, it would be DUIs, right? Mm-hmm. So if you can get your hands on one of those books, the judges recognize their own book.
Yeah.
And it's good to have on here.
All right.
All right.
Brian's
Hey,
over.
Brian.
Store.
We're ready to go? Oh. Yeah. Outstanding. Are you? I have the heebie-jeebies. I'm leaving the building.
You have the heebie-jeebies.
I do. Building gives me the heebie-jeebies.
So you didn't even give out your card, which is pretty happy.
Oh, I didn't, did I?
Do you have some?
Sorry. Oh, yeah, I have a whole pocket full.
Oh, there you go.
that's why I was shocked.
I can survive the heebie-jeebies.
All right. So he has his summons now. So they've cleared the summons from a warrant to a summons so that he isn't arrested for it. They don't come to you to find you to give them to you. They make you come to them. At least he does, anyway.
And so what happened?
Are you sure? The only place you'll ever find the truth. Oh, that's all right. Somebody will get it. Might be the only place you ever find the truth.
All right.
I think we're good now, folks.
Yeah.
So, sorry we had that big lag. Everybody's internet's like just kind of sucked down the bandwidth. And
Yeah.
I had to try to video record for like 5-10 minutes, but then I
Mine?
went back and the stream was still live, so I was able to capture it. So Eric, you had people want to know why there was a warrant out for your arrest.
So it was not an arrest warrant, it was a summons. So the court has two powers to compel you. They have a warrant power, book you and require you to post a bond, and they have a summons power. And you can see here that in their affidavit for arrest warrant, the Judge Farragher, checked summons into court process and release. And this is her handwriting. I know, Judge. She wrote order in rather than arrest.
That's the one
And
that
of
we saw
course-
this morning?
No, we didn't see Farragher this morning.
And of
I've
course,
seen her
if you
before.
didn't come down here to receive this summons,
They
there would be a warrant.
They could eventually issue a warrant. That's right.
Yes.
So Judge Farragher signed this morning at
Damn it.
10:32, and I'm very fortunate that the Denver Sheriff's didn't take me into custody for this, because then I would have had to be processed. Yeah.
Processed through the detention center and
That's
all
right.
that again. You'd have to go in front of a judge.
Wait for prints.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, the whole works.
So 6/17/19 is my date for that.
We have 118 people watching you online.
Congratulations. We have
Congratulations.
1,000 subs yet.
I'm not at 1,000.
Why aren't we at 1,000
Come
subs
on, people,
yet?
you need to
Come on.
like and
Like
subscribe.
and share.
Yeah,
Let's go.
this is like Democrat voting. You need to like and
And then-
subscribe often.
The
Early
Streamlabs
subscribe early, subscribe
And
often.
then
is
what
really
happened to-
terrible
What happened to
for-
the channel? The infamous Michael Whitney.
Jason
Has that
says
been
hi,
started
Eric.
yet?
Say again?
Have you started your channel, the infamous Michael Whitney?
Oh, I mean Castle Rock Auditors? No.
You can't.
Soon to be Longmont auditors.
You better hurry, because you're moving out of Castle Rock to Longmont, right? And Denver's
This can only
Longmont.
last a month, but I'll
Longmont.
It's Longmont.
So-
the last time I was in Longmont, I got run over by a car.
Oh, they want a
Matter of
recap again?
You
Oh,
want to
come
recap?
on.
Okay, so the recap is that I've come down to receive a summons.
I don't see the date of appearance on here.
It's on this one.
Oh,
They had to
Yes, they left
get
that
the
blank
date.
there because they fill it in when I come in to get it. So this is this part, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So they applied for a warrant, and it says here that on the 10th of May, the defendant Brandt, Eric, 11/19/71, enters the location that would be the public defender's office in room 375 of the Lindsay Flanagan In Just Us Center.
Is this the one where he was sitting in the corner?
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Yeah,
No, it is.
he was sitting quietly in the corner.
I was sitting quietly in the corner.
He entered the location and began yelling,
Yep.
causing a disturbance, and calls the victim a, quote, stupid bitch. The victim stated she felt threatened. That's the victim is here identified as Blanca, Valdez, or Valdez, Blanca. So you remember the woman with the flat affect that barely even noticed I was there? Who
Yeah.
told everybody that she was just fine on the recording? Yeah, they went in afterwards and decided that she felt threatened.
So
And the actions called security. The defendant was positively identified by the victim's prior interactions. Detective Marshall watched the incident on YouTube and observed the defendant's actions were unprovoked. They were unprovoked? You think they were unprovoked? Look at this.
So would it be a bad thing to go over there and check to see if they complied
This
yet?
is unprovoked,
Yeah.
right? They lied to the public.
Yes.
They did more than that. They modified the form, and they're continuing to use the outdated form. And then she told him that they won't provide page 2 except upon request because it's a cost issue. So I calculated
Cost
with
issue.
2,500 general sessions defendants per year in the city and county of Denver, that based on the statewide contract for government and nonprofit copying, the total cost of ownership roll-up for print is somewhere in the neighborhood of 1.5 pennies per page.
Right.
And
Which
based on that, I'm
our
saying that it's
money
going to cost
pays
them
for.
less than $50 a year to provide page 2.
$50 a year, that's like 300 copies at least.
300. It's 2,500 copies. Okay. That's way more than
Oh,
25.
right. And
Yeah,
a
they
penny
could
piece,
provide
right.
page 1 and page
It is
2
nice.
twice at that price. So Denver is saving less than $50 a year by hiding page 2. The sad thing is that page 2 expressly states that this shit that Alice Norman, the head of the public defender's office, please post that number and call her and tell her what you think of her bullshit.
Yep.
Tell her that she's about to find out what stink on shit really smells like. Because she's the shit and I'm going to be the stink.
Well, so here's my real
Second time
concern.
I've heard that in the last hour.
Yeah.
So.
I'm represented by these people tomorrow.
Oh, you're materially involved in this.
They can't represent me.
Absolutely not.
I have to have a conflict counselor.
You definitely need to have a real attorney. You can't trust that Alice Norman won't fuck you over. Because she's fucked me over. She actually lied in testimony. Of course, I'll never prove it, right? But
Right.
I know I lived the incident, and I know just what kind of a hideous monster this cunt is. She can't understand normal thinking at all.
All right, you guys. Peace
So what have we learned today? Let's hear. The police don't serve and protect. The public defenders don't defend.
We learned
Hey,
today
did you
that
leave that
the
thing on the
court
ashtray?
didn't issue a warrant for my arrest and make me post a bond.
Well, that was a good thing,
That was
but
a
I
good
think
thing.
the judge probably had something to do with that.
Okay.
I think the judge did have something to do with that.
I think he knew that she knew that this was a violation of your rights,
Yeah.
even though she signed it.
Yeah, they're getting utterly desperate.
Yes.
They're getting utterly desperate.
They are. So
I
they want to
need
keep you out.
take a trip over to free trial services. So I'm required to visit with them today because of my appearance this morning.
Ah, so let's head over.
I have to go over there
Let's
So
head
you-
over.
you can,
Let's stay live.
Be in possession of this.
because you'll break it.
Well, 'cause I'm on the bike. Yes.
Yeah. If you hold that, you know I'll drop that fucker, and you never know if I'm going to go into custody. So, and please look
We'll-
up the Colorado
we'll stay
DUI
live.
Bench Book, a fantastic resource. It's 700 pages worth every penny.
Yes. Is that about $1 a page? Is that right?
No, it's about.
They want to
200,
know
300.
if they need to call tomorrow again.
Well,
Call
it's still
who?
time. There's
Call
still
who
plenty
is
of
the
time.
There's still plenty of time to call Alice Norman.
Oh
It's
yeah.
only 3 o'clock.
There is.
Yeah.
Our office
Yeah.
is closed till what? 4:30?
call every city council person and tell them that Alice Norman refuses to follow their orders
Yeah.
and refuses to follow the order. Here's the thing: this Chief Justice Directive is a court order from the Colorado Supreme Court.
No.
Okay, signed
Yeah,
by Helen
they
Rice.
refuse to
who
follow
at
the
the time
law.
Was the Chief Justice.
Be-
Helen
She's
Rice, not
retired.
Helen Wade.
Helen Rice retired last year, but she signed this into law, right? These are court orders. So why does Alice Norman, the public defender, think it's okay to be in contempt, blatant contempt of court, and to force?
They violated U.S. 18 U.S. what? They said something here. 18 U.S.C. 1512 and confessed in public record to have done it. That's a possibility.
Concrete is falling apart.
I'd have to read up on that particular one.
Concrete to look at.
There wasn't the old jail right here.
Yes, the old jail sat right here in this spot.
Is now the forensic section.
Well, and this is obviously a ventilation system. Right here.
That's trying to push all the hot air out of these people.
Yeah, it's cold. So they're air conditioning it outside.
Yeah. They're just doing our part to end global warming. Oh, it is. It's all mossy. That's great. So, there we go.
All right, so we need to go over to the courthouse.
No, I need to go across the street to the probation building.
Oh, it's a different place. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find that person I'm supposed to talk to.
Oh, yeah?
We'll
Okay.
see if they want to talk to me. 'Cause I'm not gonna. It's today or nothing. Hey, don't come to me in a week. Or tomorrow.
Or tomorrow?
No.
Oh, okay.
I gotta. If I'm gonna put people to work, I gotta start doing it now. So, all right.
Alrighty.
We'll see you guys.
Thank you,
tomorrow.
Brian.
Yep.
Happy Fuck the Cops Day.
Happy fucking cocktail, everybody.
So,
All right, we go this way then.
I'm gonna end my stream because I gotta make a phone call. No, I didn't.
Do you want me to mute
or
or anything?
No, I just need to use the phone.
I can mute for a bit. You got some privacy for that. Well, get off my nuts. Posting it in my own channel wouldn't do much good. People are already here.
Provided I still make it home alive tonight, you have the Christopher Matthew Poor tasering death video set to premiere tonight at 7 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yes.
And
did see that.
at 7:25 p.m., I have a live stream on my alternate channel, Those 8 Letters, where once the video is done playing in the Matthew Poor, that's the raw body camera footage that we finally, after more than a year, have gotten released.
Yeah.
And and so if you go to that video in the description, I have some links to some news articles, and then we're gonna go and watch the video again on my live stream on Those 8 Letters, where we can stop, rewind, and have some discussion. And I'll also be able to, I've got a little bit of enhancement on the video
Yeah.
because it's dark in a lot of it and it's hard to see. So I'd just like to know what people's interpretation thoughts are and how that matches what the mainstream media is telling the sheeple.
Did they do a story on that on the mainstream?
They did. Yeah.
Today?
They did it
Yesterday?
on Sunday.
Sunday, I missed
On
that.
Sunday, yeah. So I wanted to give Brian Moss the courtesy. He asked me if I would wait till after he published
Right.
So I get it, and you know, it's best for him that he get at least a few days for people to read his story and get, because you know, those agencies are truly extremely dependent upon the ratings and the numbers that come in. And since it's really expensive to do good investigative journalism, it is. So I waited until tonight to publish the raw footage, and I do want to discuss it live interactive on those 8 letters. I've tried to drive some traffic to those 8 letters so that I can get my watch hours and my subscribers to the level that I need them to be in order to be able to go live as an alternate if I need to.
Right.
Yeah. So.
With
the privacy strikes and the complaints starting to come in, you know, the probability of losing one is you know, always there. And of course, you make sure you're always copying your own videos, because when YouTube shuts you down, you lose all your videos.
Yes.
So make sure you got backup.
So any live streams that you've done,
that's right,
if you have not downloaded your own live stream, you've lost it.
So, actually, you'll have to stop your stream to go into the stream.
Will I?
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Controlled area. And you don't have your flag to go jump out there in the middle. Everybody recognizes that spot, don't they? One of his favorite spots to wave his banner.
Well, yeah, a lot of people recognize him from standing out on that, don't they?
Yeah.
It's particularly useful at rush hour.
So, but yeah, I watched El Jefe's stream, and it was clear-cut violations. It mirrored the Colorado Springs incident.
Oh, did it?
In many respects.
Oh, congratulations, El Jefe.
Yes.
Yes, that's great. That's great.
As a matter of fact, I sent a letter to the chief of police of that in reference to that, and showed him a link to that story and the training video that Colorado Springs was forced to put out because of that incident.
Good, yeah. And that's important for us to share our lessons learned, right? Make it easier for the next guy.
Yeah, but you would have thought that...
So did they arrest him into custody, or just cite him and release him?
They didn't even cite him.
Oh.
They wanted his ID. They searched him.
Well,
they put him in cuffs and searched him, took everything out of his pockets looking for his ID.
Yep, that's an arrest.
That is an arrest, because at that point it's past a Terry stop.
Yeah.
They weren't searching for weapons.
Nope.
So it was obvious that they were after his identification at the time. So it was pretty clear cut. All right, I'm going to have to end my stream here because of, well, reasons. So thank you guys for joining. We'll see you about getting back on later on tonight.